Dear students, welcome to Cube Chemistry. In today's class, I am going to teach about chemical reactions and equation from chapter 1 for class 10. First, what is meant by chemical reaction? Any two substances when it put together, we will be getting a different thing or a different product we are getting. So this is called as a chemical reaction. In general, this chemical reaction involves three steps. So these are all the changes that will occur in a chemical reaction. Number one, we will be getting a different product. So what is the nature of the different product? It will not possess the same property what the reactant have or what the substance that we initially put together. So this will have a different property, and at the end we will have a different property. Either it can be physical property or chemical property will get vary for both this reactant as well as product. And the second step is there will be rearrangement of atoms. Atoms can rearrange among themselves. For example, let me take sodium this side. The another side, at the end of the reaction also I should get sodium. I cannot get magnesium, which is not at all possible. Which means there will be rearrangement of atoms that can take place, but conversion of one element to another element will not take place in a chemical reaction. And then third step is there will be breaking up and making up of new bond can happen in a chemical reaction. So in general, chemical reaction means there will be breaking up of bond as well as there will be a formation of new bond can also happen. So these are all the three important steps that will happen in a chemical reaction. Now let's see what will be there in a reaction. So let us take this example. A plus B gives AB. So A and B, I am taking A and B, two different components. I will be just putting this A and B together. This will undergo chemical reaction. The one which is undergoing chemical reaction is called as reactant. So here A and B is a reactant. Two different components or two different atom, maybe two different molecule. So I will be adding this A and B together. I will be getting AB. So this AB is called as, that is the output, it is called as product. So this AB is called as product. So reactant is the one which is going or which is going to involve in a chemical reaction, and the one which we are getting as an output or the end of the reaction is called as product. Let's see some example. Here A plus B gives AB. A and B, that is two reactant which will give a single product, and another reaction here you can see AB, which is a single reactant which will undergo chemical reaction and we will get two different products, that is A plus B. Another reaction is A plus BC, which will give AB plus C. Something like rearrangement has been taken place inside the chemical reaction. You can just compare with the steps which will involve in chemical reactions also. Let us say this chemical reaction with a simple example, burning of magnesium ribbon. We know that magnesium is a metal. This magnesium metal will be available in a ribbon form, and this magnesium metal will be in silver grey color. Okay, the color of magnesium metal will be silver grey. When we burn this magnesium ribbon, what will happen? It will take up the oxygen which is present in the atmosphere and we will get magnesium oxide. So this, the triangle sign shows that we are heating up the reactant. So here the reactants are magnesium and oxygen. So magnesium and oxygen reacting together, in the presence of heat, we will be getting magnesium oxide as a product. Let me explain this experiment in detail. So for conducting this experiment, we need Bunsen burner, magnesium ribbon, tongs, and then watch glass. So what we have to do is, we will be introducing this magnesium ribbon to this Bunsen burner. So what is Bunsen burner? It is nothing but a burner with single nozzle. Let me explain this Bunsen burner. Here this lighter also will work up with the same principle. Here we have only single nozzle. Here you can see we have two different color flame. One is blue color and another one is yellow color. This blue flame is called as non-luminous flame and yellow is luminous flame. So what is the difference between these two? So always when we conduct chemical reaction, that is when we heating any chemical reactants, what we have to do, we will be just introducing it into the non-luminous part of this Bunsen burner. You know why? Because here complete combustion has been taken place with enough amount of oxygen, whereas here this yellow part doesn't have that much of oxygen and it shows that it is incomplete combustion. Now we will be introducing this magnesium ribbon to non-luminous part of this flame. Once we start to heat up this magnesium ribbon, we can see dazzling light, which means a bright light will be coming out. So once it starts, we can just keep a watch glass so that we can collect this magnesium oxide powder. Here what we have collected is the product. That the product is nothing but it is magnesium oxide. So magnesium oxide will be collected in the watch glass. So now we are done with the reaction. So what we have done is magnesium is reacting with oxygen. So we will be supplying heat here. So at the end we are getting magnesium oxide. Before I end this video, I would like to share two important questions which will be repeatedly asked in CBSE question paper. Why magnesium ribbon is always rubbed with sandpaper before we introduce it into non-luminous part of Bunsen burner? As I said, this magnesium oxide layer which will be formed on the magnesium ribbon is considered as impurity and it will not allow the magnesium ribbon to burn completely. That is the reason we will be rubbing it with sandpaper. Otherwise, this magnesium oxide layer which will interrupt the reaction or it will not allow the magnesium ribbon to combust completely. That is the reason we will be rubbing it with sandpaper. Question number 2. Why magnesium oxide is considered as impurity at some times and protective layer as well? So we know about impurity. Why it is impurity? Because it will not allow the magnesium ribbon to burn completely. That is the reason we are considering it as an impurity. So this impurity can be removed by rubbing it with sandpaper. Next part is why it is a protective layer. So as I said, it's a slow reaction. Slowly magnesium ribbon will react with oxygen and then there will be a formation of magnesium oxide over the metal. Okay, now at some point what will happen? It will not allow further reaction. The reaction cannot happen again because already the protective layer has formed or magnesium oxide coating has been formed over the metal, which means it is just protecting the metal. Further oxidation or further reaction with oxygen will not happen. That is, in that way it is called as a protective layer also. At some point it is considered as impurity, at some point it is considered as protective layer as well. So in whole, magnesium reacts with oxygen to give magnesium oxide. Magnesium will be silver grey metal. At the end we are getting white powder of magnesium oxide. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions, please drop your question in comment section.